is my honor to introduce to you Shadrack McGill. We like to say Shadrack is back and now running for the U.S. State Senate for the United States of America to represent the state of Alabama. Shadrack, would you please come and address the crowd?
Well, thank you for that warm welcome on such a chilly morning. I'll try to keep my notes from blowing away. Okay. Thank you, Heather. I thank my beautiful wife, Heather, my lovely family, who have always supported me, for being here with us today. I'd like to thank my pastor. I'd like to thank all of you guys for being here and coming out and supporting me. Speaking of running for office, it wasn't a light consideration. It took lots of prayer, lots of consideration, lots of counsel for me to finally make this decision. But I do feel that it is the calling that the Lord has placed on my life. And I would like to first and foremost this morning give glory to our God and His Son, Jesus Christ, who brings us together here today and continues to protect this country and guide us and direct us in prosperity. One thing political office has taught me in regards to serving in the state senate is a love of country. There were many things that I took for granted being born and raised in this country, such as good jobs being available, school being affordable, morality and integrity being upheld in our school systems and our public offices, our government, military, and police systems protecting us from foreign invaders, and protection, most importantly, of our constitutional rights. We're headed down a dangerous path as a nation. In a little more than 3 months from now, many of us gathered here today will be watching the results of a very spirited election and a historical election. And I believe that we will be watching history made for the benefit of the state of Alabama. I'd like to thank those of you who have worked in past campaign elections for me. I see Mr. Goolsby here. I see Brother Miles. I see my mother, my grandmother, Kim Chapman, different ones who have supported me along the way. And this young lady over here to my left. I want to thank you, but I want to challenge you that it takes hard work to win an election. And you know this. I remember Mr. Goolsby shaking his hand one day after a hard day of campaigning. And he literally had blisters on his hands from post-hole digging and putting up signs in the ground. It takes a lot of work. And I want to challenge each of you, especially the church. It is the church's duty, it is the church's responsibility, I believe, to hold government officials accountable.
Amen.
No one thought that we could beat my previous opponent. He was too powerful, he was too connected, he had too much money, he had been in Montgomery for too long to be beaten by an outsider like myself. What we did, though, with your help, with a grassroots conservative effort, is sent shockwaves throughout the state of Alabama with a victory in 2010 for state senate. We brought about change, and that is why I announced my candidacy today is to make change in the U.S. for U.S. Senate 2016. I'm confident in the Lord that we can do this again. My incumbent opponent is also a powerful man. He's connected. He's been in Washington, D.C. for over 36 years. And oh, by the way, he has close to $20 million in his campaign account. And he is ready to spend it against anyone who dares to threaten his seat that he has held for over 3 decades. The odds are clearly against us. Montgomery insiders will count us out. What they fail to realize, though, is the energy and the enthusiasm that conservatives have all across the state to elect a proven conservative leader who can provide fresh perspective and strong leadership. The good people of this state believe it is time for Mr. Shelby to pass the baton to the next generation. As a man once rated as Alabama's most conservative legislator, I believe that I'm ready for this job. As a member of the Alabama State Senate, I was relentless in fighting to preserve our Christian values and protect freedoms. I was not focused on making friends or pleasing the political class. Instead, I rolled up my sleeves and I did the job that I was elected to do. I stood strong, I fought hard, and often I stood alone. This is the kind of leadership we need in Washington. I want to honor and respect Senator Shelby as my senator, as my elder, and as one who has done some great things for the state of Alabama. I pledge to run a campaign on the issues of what kind of senator I will be and not simply bash my opponent. But I am running because I believe we can do better. I believe we can do more. The people across the nation and here in our beautiful state of Alabama are waking up to the fact that it is time. It is time to send career politicians home. It is time for a new generation of strong conservatives to lead, to step forward, to take the banner, to fight for our principles and restore this great land, our nation, the USA.
Yes.
Some of our politicians have become too focused on enriching themselves and building up their war chests with millions and millions of dollars. I'm ready to stand up, to be counted, and to be the leader the people deserve. A senator who will fight for the Christian, oppose the Islamic State and radical jihadists, confront the liberal agenda, yet speak up for our small towns and businesses, halt the growth of government, and support our troops and veterans, and restore the values and liberties that made this nation great. We are seeing our country go down the wrong path. The only way we will turn this nation around is to change the people who lead us. It is time we elect leaders who won't just get along and become part of Washington, D.C. We must elect someone who will fight to change the D.C. culture.
Yes.
We must restore our nation and make us a free and prosperous, Christ-honoring people again. I will be that senator. My faith is the driving force in my life, and I am seeking this seat because I feel the Lord calling me to do so. I refuse to sit idly by and see the Christian values that were foundational to this country destroyed. Amen.
Yes.
As senator, I will fight for the religious liberties, the right to life, traditional marriage, and work to return this country to the God who has blessed us throughout our history. May God bless you, may God bless your family, and may God bless this country in our efforts to save it. God bless.